Don't underestimate the small habits that can have a big impact on your relationship. Hi everyone, Mireille Nicole here, relationship coach. And today I want to share with you 5 micro habits that completely changed my relationship and that help build your happily ever after. So these are the small day-to-day changes that I make in my love life to keep us in the honeymoon phase, even though we've been together now for 10 years. I think it's a total myth that the honeymoon phase has to disappear or goes away. I really believe that when the honeymoon phase disappears, it's that we don't have all of the tools and the skills that we need to handle the everyday life that gets in the way of our relationship and that impacts the love that we feel towards another. There are many things that you can do on a day-to-day basis that will keep that spark alive, but today I'll just share 5. And just so you know, these are still things I do to this day in the relationship. It's not like love is a destination. It is really a journey. So a lot of these things I'll share today, you're going to want to just keep on doing them. You're going to want to make sure that this is something that is just second nature to you, that you just do naturally towards your partner because you love your partner and you really want to strengthen that bond that you have as a couple. Now, the first habit is to show appreciation. And this is actually one of the values that men look for in a relationship. They want to feel appreciated. And so the more you can do this on a daily basis, the more that's going to strengthen that bond and those feelings that he has towards you. I'm sure that there's something that you can find during the day to recognize your partner for, whether it's just taking out the trash or even just tidying the boots in the front entryway. I challenge you to find that one thing and to express it towards him. At first, it might throw him off, or maybe he's really going to receive it and be happy about it right away. No matter how it goes, this is something you're really going to want to make a habit of. And the beautiful thing about this is that you'll realize the more you show appreciation, the more appreciation you'll get in return too. The second micro habit I do on a daily basis is to compliment my partner, to share with him something that I love about him or that I admire. Admiration is another thing that men value in a relationship. They want to feel like you're Prince Charming, like your protector and guardian. And yes, maybe that sounds cheesy, or maybe that sounds totally barbaric. However you perceive it, look for the positive intention behind that and shower your man with praises every now and then. Now, I like to do this on a daily basis. I do feel that it does strengthen our relationship and that spark that we have for one another. And it can be something simple. And the secret to doing this with men so that it's most effective is to be very precise in terms of your compliment, the praise that you're giving, and kind of the context behind it. The third micro habit I do on a daily basis to strengthen our relationship is to show my partner I'm on his side. I used to be horrible at this for some reason. It's something I was totally doing subconsciously, and I thought I was helping my partner, but at the end of the day, I was negatively impacting our relationship. And what I mean by being on his side is, let's say, I don't know, we're in the car and someone cuts him off. Instead of just saying something like, oh, well, babe, you should just let him go, I'll show that I'm on his side by saying, what a jerk. I unfortunately can think of so many situations where my husband would share a story with me and I was in the mindset of, for whatever reason, to try to help him see kind of the other perspective of the other person. I thought I was being helpful, but really I was showing him I wasn't on his side, even though my intentions were good. Having said that, now I can't think of something off the top of my head, but let's say, for example, your partner is late to go somewhere. Instead of being like, oh, well, you should have left earlier, which kind of is not on his side, you're kind of putting him at fault, but saying something like, oh, I just hate it when I'm late. And I know this is super frustrating because we just want to help our partners, right? We want to help them not be in those situations. But at the end of the day, it's not our job to fix things. And the more we can just be supportive and show that we're on their side, the more they're going to be prone to want to fix things and to fix things in the future. And most importantly, the stronger you guys are going to be as a team and stronger in your relationship. The fourth micro habit I do on a daily basis, and there's a bit of a caveat here, is to show physical attention. Now, I say there's a caveat here because if you find yourself in a relationship where you find that your husband just always wants to jump you and it's annoying, if you start doing more physical affection, he might think that that's an invitation for him. So you would have to tread carefully, and there's a specific approach for this. But if you find yourself in a situation where that's not the case, or maybe he's the one that's not making advances and it's kind of bothering you, the more you can just do small gestures of physical attention, the more that you'll start lighting that flame again. So this could be something as simple of just putting your hand on his lap when he's talking to you or when you're talking to him. Maybe you just give him a massage, a quick massage on the shoulders, scratch his head, whatever he enjoys. But again, just that micro habit is going to keep that connection between the two of you, and especially having some sort of physical connection added to the mix, not just words or your presence, but actually touching is going to have a huge impact. Now, the fifth micro habit, and this is probably my favorite and one of the most impactful, and that is accepting something that bothers me about my partner every single day. So now, obviously by this, I don't mean tolerating bad behavior or just ignoring something that is completely unacceptable. But you know, when my husband keeps that cabinet door open after he got something in the kitchen, or he crunches on that first chip really loudly and that annoys me, just letting it go and accepting that, hey, do you know what? That's, in the grand scheme of things, that's not a big deal. Or maybe it's accepting that he has a different belief than you on a certain topic, or a different perspective, or a different opinion, and accepting that that can be okay in the relationship. And then in fact, that can add to the richness because you guys are sharing different perspectives and can help progress your own point of view on a topic. So I invite you to look at those little things that bother you or that maybe annoy you that really aren't that big of a deal. And that when you think of whether or not you would actually regret or putting the relationship in jeopardy if you kind of brought that up or made a big deal out of it, what are those things that you can kind of let go of and maybe even find some sort of endearment from them? Some of those things my partner used to do that annoy me, I just look at them now and I just kind of laugh and giggle and think it's kind of cute. Now, obviously there was a road to get here and it didn't happen overnight, but I guarantee you, if you start implementing some of these small micro changes on a daily basis, you'll see a huge difference. Because at the end of the day, usually it's those small things that happen on a daily basis that really influence what happens in our relationship. A lot of times things will go south in our relationship and we don't know why, because it was all these micro moments that we were unintentional about or maybe unaware were happening. So the more you can be intentional about what you do on a daily basis, the more you can steer yourselves toward a happily ever after. So I'm curious, what do you think about these micro habits? Have you tried any of them? Is there one I haven't named in the list that you do every single day to show your partner that you love and care for them? If you've tried some of these and you're just finding that it's not working and you'd like some more customized support on this, feel free to click on the link in the description and let's have a chat. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.